about Auburn, Matt.
Let's talk about Auburn.
Georgia ball game tied 72-72. Georgia shoots a three. Auburn takes the rebound. 10 seconds left, and Green drives the length of the floor, and looked like there might have been a foul call, but they didn't call it. He got his own rebound, put it back in with 3 seconds left. There was nothing Georgia could do. So they survive 74-72. Green had 19. KD Johnson had 20. They pretty much stopped Kessler.
And he didn't play the whole game.
Kessler had 10, which I think Kessler's great. And Auburn does have a player out, and I keep forgetting his name. But they did have a starter out, but there was a tough atmosphere for them. Georgia people were fired up.
Well, we talked about it just the other day. There's going to be a game somewhere that you stumble, that you have a game you're not paying attention.
You just don't keep winning.
This was that game. I mean, sometimes you're going to lose focus. They're tired. They've played 4 games in 5 days. He's going to give them a day off.
Oh, yeah. He said that they were. I mean, he wasn't taking nothing away from Georgia, but he said that they were fantastic. But he also said his kids were very wore out. And if you ever watch him, I don't know how he survives. He looks like his head's fixing to explode the entire ball game. He's red-faced. He does a good job, but I think Calipari wears himself out during the game.
That's just their style.
That's one thing I like about Oates. Oates is cool, but some people would say, well, Oates ain't doing good this year. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, I think that's just styles. People holler. Yeah. Who's the guy in Indiana? What's the name?
Oh, Bobby Knight.
Knight with those cheers and just insane. Insane.
Well, I think but I've never heard that Bruce Pearl had an anger problem, but he's a wild man during the game. Alabama drops to 14-9. Auburn is now 20-1 with 19 straight wins.
19 straight. Yeah, 19. Yes.
Lost one game this year to Connecticut.
Yeah, they're good.
Kentucky moved to 19-4. Alabama to 14-9. Kentucky 66-55. Kentucky had 5 players in double figures, Matt. Ty Washington, 15. Oscar Sheboy, 10 points, 15 rebounds. He is the leading rebounder in the country. Brooks, 10. Grady, 10. Collins, 10. Kentucky's point guard, who is considered their best player, didn't score a point. And Alabama still lost. And we're fixing to talk about why, and you'll agree with this, 3 for 30 from 3-point range.
They just kept shooting them, pull the trigger. I'm sure Oates had to say, stop shooting. Does he just let them? Obviously does.
They say he will not stop them because that's their game.
I know. I don't know.
3 for 30, and they missed 8 free throws. One player in double figures, the big, tall guy, Banako.
Banaka, yeah.
12 points. Nobody else. No
Somebody
Winterly,
just
no Shackelford.
The game was close to be. They just shot themselves out of the game, and Kentucky would go down and score. And as Kentucky goes down and scores, after Alabama busts a 3 off the rim, Kentucky goes down and gets 2. Right. Alabama goes down, Bong misses a 3. Well, after about 6 of them, you're down 12.
Well, I never thought it was a close game, really. It was always between 6 and 12. Kentucky didn't play fabulous.
No,
they had a tough night shooting.
Yeah, Alabama didn't. Kentucky didn't win. Alabama lost. It felt like it just
38%.
wasn't a good game.
Kentucky averages 80-something points a game. They scored 66. But they also, I don't know, a lot of Alabama's threes weren't even contested.
Oh, well, they quit covering them when you're after like
Matt,
like 2.
That was a good point you made. You said that. I heard you tell me a while ago that they wasn't even covering them.
Ain't no need to. They're not going to hit it. After they're 2 for 15, you go.
He may have
go get the rebound.
Quick closing out on them.
Yeah, go to the rim and get the ball. They're going to miss it, and they're stupid. They're just going to keep shooting it.
3 for 30. That's 10%, and that's been Achilles' heel for them all year. They shoot less than 30% from 3. They're going into the game shooting 31. I'd say that performance took them down under 30.
That's the reason they beat Baylor. You get 30-something off the bench, and you had a hot night shooting.
Yeah,
that's a recipe for success.
You win a champion. You win the national championship if they get hot, but it's not a high percentage shot, Matt. 35% is good. When something's 35, I don't know, and I'm not questioning Oates, but I don't know why anybody would commit to we're just going to be a 3-point shooting team.
But they have good slashers, man. Davis, Shackelford and them. They're Ellis.
Which Plainview does that, and they've won 2. I saw when the years Plainview won it. You know how many threes they took a game? Average.
16.
33.
30. What?
Yes. And they won with it. Coker out at Plainview.
Yeah.
Won 2 straight.
33.
33
Average?
a game.
Average. So some games may be 40. Some games
That
may
was
be
just how many
28.
they took. And I don't know what percentage they shot.
Well, I'm sure they hit a lot of them.
Well, they had to have that. I mean, went 34-2 one year.
On that North Sand Mountain team, I went up there and watched, we went to
33.
Spring Garden, went up there last year. We followed them up there. And they just bring it down, pass it one time, they pulled the trigger. I asked you, I was like, what is going on up here? And you explained to me about the coach, his dad. And I see the titles on the flags for 120-point games. I'm like, what is going on up here in the mountain?
Well, I'll tell you one thing you better have if you're going to do that. You better have guys that can hit them. And obviously they do. But I figured that up, Matt, and that was 2,300 3-point shots in that 72-game span. But they did win 2 state championships. To say it can't be done is wrong. I did not see what their percentage was. It was high 30s.
Let's say if it was
maybe low 40s.
Let's say if it's 40%. So if you hit 40% of 30, 40% of 30 would be 12 shots. All right, 12 times 3 is
36 points.
So you automatically, we'll just say 40 a night. You're automatically giving 40. So basically, the other team's spotting you 40. All right, here we go. Plainview versus Pisgah. I don't know. Start the game. All right, that tip. Plainview 40, Pisgah 0. Well, how you going to win that? You have to just shut them down for a whole period. So, but that's how they want to do it. But for Alabama's sake, last night, it didn't work.
If you're off, obviously Plainview was not off those 2 years. But if they had been, I would like to, and I may be wrong. Coker might have just said, keep pulling them. I don't know, Coker.
Shoot it.
Shoot it. We were 4 for 38, Coach. Keep shooting. And I used to.
He's the best, one of the best basketball coaches in the state. One of the.
Yeah, he's good. I had a friend whose daughter played for Douglas, and they were a 3-point shooting team. I went to watch them play one night, and they were 3 for 32. All right, sorry, but yeah. I mean, I just said, when you're 3 for 32, can you stick to the line that this is our game? When you're 3 for 32, do you not have to adjust?
I'm personally not a gambler, so once I'm 2 for 12, all right, guys, just cut that off.
Right. I mean, he's 40-17 in Alabama the last 2 years. 40-17, which is pretty good. But some other scores. Let's get off the 3-point.
UCLA, I caught some of that.
They lost. Right, top 5
2 overtimes, right?
Yes, I think they're a very good team.
I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, I was doing notes or writing, fell asleep, got up.
Lost 87-84.
I was like, what is going on here?
Wisconsin beat Penn State 51-49. The Zags, ranked number 2, beat BYU 90-57. Another top 10 team to win was Purdue over Michigan 82-76. Kansas, top 10, beat Baylor, top 10 by 24.
See?
And got beat by 20 against Kentucky the other night. So it's just basketball's different game, man.
I don't know. It's like they don't show up or they have something bad.
I think they get tired. I think they may play too much.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think they do. I mean, 30 games. How about 50? I'm not telling them to cut down on the basketball.
Baseball, they could cut down on for sure. 180 games, that's crazy.
Rutgers beat Michigan State 84-63.
Surprising.
Second time this year they beat them by 20.
Very surprising.
And that's pretty much it. Duke beat North Carolina 87-67. Tennessee won by 25 over South Carolina, and Vandy upsets LSU 75-66.
LSU is on like a 6-game losing streak, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
I don't know that there's only 2 or 3 ranked teams in the SEC now.
They'll come out now because they were like 24 and they lost that one, so they'll be out.
The Auburn still won. Kentucky going to be 4
or 5.
3.
Yeah.
With UCLA dropping.
Well, that's your college coverage there, guys. Thanks for hanging around there.
Oh, and what about the Ruffin kid?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, he's just out for the year. Said he came out. Ole Miss is best player.
Knee?
Yeah, knee out for the year.